Hey, Steve. Dude, thanks for being here, man.
My pleasure, Ben. It has been a long time.
I know.
Since we've seen each other.
I
I
know.
legitimately asked you in the other room, was it in another country? Which now I'm remembering was Scotland.
Scotland. Yep.
Yeah.
That was when I was still in college.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Yeah, I was playing saxophone.
Yeah. Which, like, do you play saxophone anymore?
Occasionally. I'll bust it out maybe like every 2 or 3 months for a record I'm working on or something.
Okay, yeah, I was just about to ask, what's the scenario in which the saxophone comes to your mind as something to do?
Yep.
It's because you're producing something.
Yep. Yeah. So, and I mean, thank God for Bon Iver making it cool again. So, like,
Man, okay, real talk. I heard 22 a Million.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, like, there was some saxophone, like Michael Lewis had some reed stuff over that self-titled record.
Yep.
But it was 22 a Million where I was like, oh man, this guy that I've looked up to and enjoyed his music for so many years, Michael Lewis, I mean, having seen, Fat Kid Wednesday or Happy Apple, just being from Minneapolis and knowing the footprint that Michael Lewis has left on not just this city, but on the instrument of the saxophone. Nobody plays it like he does.
Yeah.
And hearing that in the Bon Iver context in such a fresh way, like, oh, nobody plays saxophone in indie rock bands, kind of period.
Right.
But definitely not the way Michael Lewis does.
Yep.
And I just remember thinking, like, I'm so glad that the rest of the world gets to hear him.
Yeah.
Because avant-garde jazz music is not where the market share really, like, spreads. You know what I mean? Like, music fans even don't necessarily make their way into avant-garde jazz.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, well, a lot of people are going to hear my friend Michael and hear the kind of, like, power that comes from his sound.
And now they have.
Right.
And it's great.
Yes. And, and as subsequently then you get to reach for the saxophone when you're producing something.
Yeah.
Because we're, like, it's crazy the way art gets, like, our palettes get normalized artistically by certain things. Like a cowbell is a very, like, specific sound. And then it gets used in a handful of, like, arena rock songs, and you're like, oh, the tonality of the cowbell isn't exclusively for salsa or merengue music, or you know what I mean, like, and then here's the timbre of the saxophone, which up until that point, if it's not the E Street Band, it's jazz, or Kenny G, and then now it's indie rock.
Yeah.
Fast forward a couple years, in the 1975 are putting it on their records. It's like we all just become acclimated to a sound, which, like, I'm noticing in myself as far as, like, a drummer is concerned, like, which sounds do I just take for granted as the obvious, like, what's a normal snare sound from a psychological standpoint? What does the word normal mean? And, like, what do I think the typical snare, or, like, the go-to or the bass line, and watching that change for me over the years from when I first started playing. I mean, when I first began playing drums was maybe a year before the Spin Doctors made that Pocket Full of Kryptonite record, and the Two Princes, Phil, and, like, that. We all had that snare tone as, like, oh, that's the one. That's the one. That's it. And then you hear, bands like 311, and no doubt that's the snare tone. Meanwhile, Motown music has always had a totally different thing.
Yeah.
And even Stone Temple Pilots at the same time were doing a bit of a different thing. And I was just kind of oblivious to it until that record, I can't think of the name of it now. The John Mayer record with vultures on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
I've listened to it a million times.
I've given critics on this album. I'm just having an absolute brain fart.
Yeah.
The Vultures track.
Yep.
Steve Jordan is like, and, like, that sound suddenly became the bass line.
Yeah.
For everybody.
Yep.
Yep. And then it's starting to come back around to different directions, but, like, wow, that's so curious to watch my mind change about what it regards as normal.
Yeah.
And the way that impacts my artistic decisions on a subconscious level,
I just love 30 seconds into the interview, we're just already, boom, here we go.
This is the kind of thing I like to talk about.
Oh, I freaking love it.
It's not hard to get me talking.
Clearly.
I'm a verbal processor, and I like conversation. Yeah.
So yeah, we started in Scotland. Cool. Here we go. I love it.
Artistic normalization with expectations baseline.
Oh man. So okay. Well, so you're Steve, and you play drums. And how did you get where you are today? That can be okay for anybody. Like, I would guess people who are seeing this probably already know you and stuff that you do. Mm-hmm. But let's just. All right, hey everybody. Steve has played for all kinds of crazy, cool artists and played sessions for years and years and years. A super cool guy. All that aside, I just want to hear about Steve, the artist and the musician, and and just your relationship with music and with the drums and everything over the years. Like, okay, if you need to know, Steve is legit. All right, cool, cool.
Man, there's a vivid memory that I have of sitting in the backyard of the home I grew up in Los Angeles. It was in Burbank, California.
Oh, yeah.
And we lived there until I was 10. In 1990, when I was 10, we moved to Minnesota. Mm-hmm. So I grew up in LA in the 80s.
Yeah.
I'm in the backyard of our house playing in the dirt, like digging holes and like driving my trucks around and singing a song that I had heard either at like preschool or vacation Bible school or Sunday school or something. Mm. I think the song was about King David, like in the Old Testament. And I was singing it loud, like super loud. Oh. And my mom came, I'd been doing this for probably half an hour. Mm. And my mom came out kind of chuckling. And she was like, hey, the neighbor lady across the street called and she can hear you singing. And I was just like, oh, I didn't realize it. I didn't even realize that I was singing. Or like there was this moment of just like, oh, I've been singing for a while. And I don't know why I was doing that other than the impact that I would, feel on my nervous system from the act of singing.
Yeah.
The sound of singing, the act of singing.
Yeah.
Just last night we got home from getting dinner and stuff, and Misty was like, harmonize with me. And she just started singing a note. And I started singing on top of it and then kind of beneath it and like around it. And she was like, that's fun, right? And I'm like, yeah. And we had been listening to a song in the car, that band Geese. Mm-hmm. She's like showing me this song that she had just discovered. And that was kind of how we based our little like singing improvisation on. But we were both excited in the car listening to this song and having it do to us what it was doing. Mm-hmm. Which I remember just yesterday we're in the car. I'm in the back seat with Stevie, our 4-year-old. So that, because I had been gone for a couple days and so now I'm back and I'm sitting next to her and we're listening to Wicked, the soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
And I'm watching Stevie get impacted by the music. Like she's kind of contorting her face, like really focused. Like in her listening, I can tell that she's turned off her eyes and her sense of taste. Like not consciously, but the way when you get captivated by something, right? She was just like just listening to this song.
Yeah.
And I recognize that as basically the same thing that I was doing, singing at age 5 or whatever that was in the backyard, and the same thing that I have felt ever since then. I'm 45 years old now. Like 40 years worth of music does something to me. Mm-hmm. And what it's doing is not an intellectual, like, oh, that's a cool hi-hat pattern. That's a cool idea for a hi-hat pattern.
Yeah.
I mean, I notice that stuff sometimes. I'll hear something and have an actual conscious, like, cognition assessment and analysis of what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
But that's not why music is fun.
Yeah.
That's not why I do it. Mm-hmm. That's not why it mattered to me when I was 5 or now when I'm 45. Mm-hmm. Like I can feel the footprint on my nervous system, on my heart that music has.
Yeah.
And has always had.
Yeah.
And after doing it now professionally for basically 30 years, like I started getting paid to play gigs before I was even out of high school. Mm. And it has not. I've not burnt out on it.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten less interesting.
Still giving you the same feeling that singing in the backyard did.
Yes.
Yep.
Like more so.
Yeah.
Or maybe there isn't. It's not worth like comparing in terms of which one wins or like the feeling now or the feeling then. But it's just like I have. It has not. I've not found the bottom of that.
Yeah.
That doesn't feel like a well that's drying up anytime soon.
Yeah.
And it makes me committed to the art form for a reason other than, financial security.
Yeah.
Because there isn't much.
Yep. Yeah.
It makes me committed to the art form for a reason other than this is like how I can get cool points or Instagram followers or have influence. It's like I am doing music because it keeps giving life to me.
Yep.
In this way that is so now essential to my being.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to be me without this, whatever this constant drip of substance that music is providing my existence,
Yeah. And I mean, okay, I guess, just some things that come to mind for me. It feels like, well, okay, nervous system. Something in you is just like, I'm doing this no matter what. Like, it's just, I don't have a choice. And I feel like for people that I know, and I would consider myself one as well, that are just like, I have no choice, but like music chose me. Like, we all kind of have a moment like that where it's just like, oh, maybe I'm not like normal, whatever normal, the moment for me was I was at a friend's house. I was probably like 8 or 9. They just got like a new keyboard with like, you push the button and it does this whole demo song and it's just like, oh, that's cool. And so I like had the headphones on and I'm just sitting there and I think it was like When the Saints Go Marching In or something. And I was just like bopping with it. And I'm like soloing, playing stupid whatever an 8-year-old would play. And I was just so locked in. I was probably doing it for like 10 minutes. And then the song stopped and then I like turned around and like, so this is my friend's family. They were all just sitting on the couch just like staring at me like, what is this kid doing? And in that moment I was just like, oh, okay, I guess that's not normal. Like, but yeah. But then even like, I don't know, I've been thinking about this idea a lot lately of natural gifting or whatever, like cuz okay, my whole life I've sucked at drawing, visual art. Just sucked, right? But more recently, like, it's been really cold here and really depressing here. And so I've just been like, I'm just going to draw some stuff as a mindfulness exercise. And it's like, the more you do it, the more you're just like, okay, all I'm doing is like taking this thing that I see and turning it into shapes. And so it just made me start thinking like, okay, have I always sucked at drawing? Or is it just something that I didn't like spend time on, and then, or I didn't get validation at an early age to then think, oh, I'm an artist, like that kind of thing. Because I think about the people that I know that are like, just they draw everything, or they paint, or they like that kind of art, and it's like okay, they probably got validation early on. They probably believed and internalized in themselves, like, okay, I am an artist. I'm a visual artist. That probably helped, but also there probably was something in them to be like, I can't not draw. Like, I have to do this. Probably similar with music.
Sure.
Like,
but like a thing that I'm hearing you talk about in there that to me it is more reflective of my life experience than the concept of being good at something. Or like you use the word gifting. Like I'm hearing you in some of that description tell stories about yourself that are like not recalling experiences of yours, but rather like making statements about what is or is not you. You're like, oh, I suck at drawing. That's just a thing that you're saying to yourself.
Sure.
As opposed to a true statement.
Yeah.
Or I am good at drawing. Like I would, these days I prefer to just acknowledge the experiences that I'm having as opposed to evaluating them as good or bad.
Yeah.
And like you're like, ooh, I enjoy drawing. Or I enjoyed it just now.
I enjoyed it just now and it was fun, and But okay, so like with music, I feel like so many people are like, oh, I'm bad at music, so I'm not going to do it. Which just sucks. Because it's like, why do we do this? Like, I have people come in here and we work on records and they're not as good at drums as you, or at singing as Michael Jackson, or, but it's like, I'm so glad that they're here and they're making their art.
Yeah. When I hear somebody say that they're bad at music, it sounds to me the same thing as somebody saying, like, I'm bad at stretching. Like, what? Like, stretching's not something you're good or bad at. It's just something you have done or have not done.
Yeah.
But as soon as we do a stretch, we're all like, that's nice. Like, nobody's body is averse to stretching.
Right.
Like, and I don't think any human being is, averse to music making. Like, it's bad for them to do that. It just might be something that you haven't done much of.
Right.
Like, as a drum teacher for, years and years and years now, I just feel like I could take any person off the street, anywhere, and put them on a drum set, and within 20 minutes, they would be having fun.
Yes.
That doesn't mean that they would be good or bad, but I don't care about
good or bad.
I'm trying to not evaluate it that way. It's like, is this feeding you?
Yeah.
Like, just, and not that it should, but just let me know when this is starting to feel like it was worth it.
Yep.
And I feel like any person at any age, with any background, get them on a drum set, and I could probably get them having fun pretty soon.
Yeah.
Which is, for what it's worth, that was part of how I started playing drums. I didn't have anybody saying, this is how you do it. This is wrong. Don't do that. This is right. It was just like, here's a thing you can try. And I did. I was like, that's pretty cool. I'm going to try some more stuff. And I'm really thankful, that movie Whiplash, and the kind of the way that music education is portrayed in that film as being very like military and kind of
abusive.
Like power dynamics and stuff like that. That's not. I mean, I'm privileged as a musician to have never been subject to that.
Yeah.
I'm sure part of that is the fact that I'm like a white man, and so I never had to fight for my space in the corner of the music world.
Yep.
And then I had parents who weren't annoyed with me being a drummer.
Yep.
So I never had to kind of like cower in front of their like frustration or, like, so I just explored. I sit on the drums now in the other room and I, record what we recorded, and I feel like I'm in my backyard singing and am not concerned about anyone assessing whether they want to hear that. Because I'm not doing it because you're supposed to hear it. I'm doing it because it's coming out of me. Yeah. And this feels great.
Yeah. Yes. That's, we have our freaking culture of like, oh, if you're not monetizing it, why even do it?
Right.
Or clout, if you're not getting clout, or yes, truthfully, like this whole, feeling like music is a report card and you are like either passing or failing.
I mean, I'll tell you that, because of the culture's influence, because of the predominant messaging of the culture, I am somewhat regularly, I wouldn't call it battling, but some of the work that I do internally is to remind myself that I matter, even if I didn't do anything today that made a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Or even if my bank account that reflects the last, 35 years of my profession, 30 years of my profession, like, even if that bank account doesn't reflect a huge sum of money, that doesn't mean that I don't matter.
Right.
Or that I don't have anything to contribute.
Yep.
And I do have to pretty regularly kind of like there are times where certain voices are telling me otherwise.
Yep.
And I have to like, no, like what do I actually think? Like, what do I actually feel? And then think, like, what is going on in here? Am I feeling like more money is the answer to my existence? To like corroborate my existence? No, that I don't think that's true. So thank you for your comment that you don't think I have enough money, but I'm not.
So
accepting that feedback right.
Okay, so you're further along the journey for me. And, you know, the older that we get, the more that our friends who chose the career in finance or the career in the medical field, or the more money they get, and the more whatever accolades or security that capitalism bestows upon us, the more of those they get. Meanwhile, you're being Steve. You're doing Steve, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you definitely spoke to it, but yeah, how? Okay, if you have some advice for younger folks who are like paving their own way, who are living amongst the capitalist society, but then also trying to carve a life of meaning.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's what it's about. Well, what would you say?
Well, I mean, I think the love of money is the root of all evil, right? It's not that money is the root of all evil, but the love of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like the prioritization of money in one's heart comes from the fear that not enough money will really harm us. You know, like we all know what it looks like to be destitute.
Yep.
There are people that we pass on the street who are destitute, or you know, I don't think destitute is a possibility for simply having chosen the wrong career. Like, oh, I got to choose the right career, or I'm gonna be destitute. Like, there are other ingredients that involve.
Even destitution is probably a spectrum.
Yes. Yeah.
But try telling that to our nervous system.
Well, right. Especially when there's a front row seat to what that can look like, and there's a lot of messaging being like, don't become that, or you know, like, be afraid, be very afraid, and like, I guess the advice that I have for like younger people who are maybe interested in the arts,
or just a life of meaning.
A life of meaning, sure. Like, where does meaning come from? How do we derive it? These are all, you know, philosophical questions that I can't answer. I will say that I regularly have the experience of being with a stranger who discovers that I am a musician. Whether that's because they're my Uber driver and I'm loading my cymbals into the back, and they're like, "What's that?" Or, you know, the woman at the counter at Delta who is looking at the same cymbal bag and like, "What's in that thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, those are musical instruments, cymbals." Like, "Oh, it's what you do. You do that for a living?" Like, "Yes, I do." And they are amazed. They are always amazed.
Yeah.
Not because they perceive it to be a difficult thing to make a living at. Not because not the amazement that I would say, like, "Yeah, I won the lottery recently." Like, "Whoa, you did?" That's, you know, that's such a statistical abnormality. Wow, I met someone who won the lottery. You know, it's like, that's not how they.
Right.
That's not why they're amazed. They're amazed at the notion that I'm doing something that I love for my job.
Yeah.
Because, that's part of maybe the system's presentation, which is that work is something that you don't love.
Right.
So you'll have to go to work for X amount of your life. Don't expect to love it.
Yeah.
Maybe that would be considered normal as a perspective, at least, again, statistically.
Yeah.
Most people have that experience.
Yeah.
And then I see them come across me and my experience of loving what I do for work, and they're amazed.
Yeah.
And I just want to be like, it's not that hard. I mean, yes, not everybody can be a drummer.
Yep. Yeah.
Some people need to be bass players.
Yep.
Some people need to be accountants, or what, you know, it's like the world is the way it works.
Yeah.
But I do have this, you know, I don't know if I would call it a theory or a belief or a conclusion, but I think there are things that we all love that if we can identify what that is, there's a living to be made there.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of living is? You mentioned, you know, the friends of ours that choose real estate or banking, and then the living that they make affords them, you know, not just a lake home, but also a beach home, and you know, like, okay, that is not the living that I make.
Or even just a home.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, right. That is not the living that I make.
Yeah.
But, you know, to know what is enough, I can make enough from playing the drums that I can have a life.
Yeah.
And I am so happy with my life because what I do is music.
Yep.
And so it's like, I'm just all day long in the backyard singing. You know,
man.
Except for when it's time to do taxes, and then you got it's time to go get the oil changed. It's, you know, I'm doing the dishes, or I'm mowing the lawn. It's like it's not like I just sit at home and twiddle my thumbs or play drums and that's it. Obviously life involves even having a 4-year-old at home. It's like there's plenty of things to do that are like, all right, this is what I have to do right now, and I don't want to. But man, I can't imagine if every day, in order to make money, I had to go do something that I hated.
Yeah.
Like that feels, I think that's not necessary for anyone. Mm-hmm. I don't think our society needs to, again, I don't know if this is a theory of mine or a belief of mine or a conclusion of mine. Mm-hmm. I don't think society requires anyone to do something they hate in order to justify their existence.
Yeah.
That's the advice you have.
Dude, I love it. And yeah, kind of where my mind goes with it is just the idea of, okay, forging your own path. Like, okay, yes, there are other drummers that are vocational drummers, right? But you have to forge your own path, right? And you have to make your own opportunities, and it requires a level of hustle and dedication that, like, it's not like a pre-chosen path of, oh, yep, I'll do this, and then that'll lead to this, and and I feel like, yeah, in a lot of ways, well, first, it takes so much belief in yourself. Like, so much belief in yourself. You know, I'm sitting here in this studio, and I'm just, like, every day I come here, yes, I'm excited, but also I'm just, like, scared shitless of, like, what am I doing? Am I going to be destitute in a month? You know? But sort of the idea of, like, it takes so much work and consistent work. And even though the work is generally fun, it is still work, and it's hard work, and it's constantly, like, critiquing yourself and having to, like, maintain a posture of learning, and, like, you know, but it's almost just like, yes, if you spend your whole life working for yourself on the thing that you are passionate about, that's just the best, you know, like, I don't know. You're using all of that time and energy for something that matters to you.
And I think you're not wrong that it is hard work. Mm-hmm. I'm more speaking of, like, what feels to the nervous system as hard work.
Sure, yeah.
Because, like, I'm, you know, out shoveling snow off the driveway, and I'm like, this is hard work. Mm-hmm. And then fast forward 3 hours, I'm in the backyard shoveling snow again, but into a fort that my daughter and I can play in. Mm-hmm. And it's not reading as hard work. Yeah. It's literally the same work. Yep. Shoveling snow, but the meaning behind it is so different. Yeah. Like a chore versus a game.
Totally.
And like what is the thing in life that feels like a game? Mm-hmm. And if you work hard at that, it doesn't register as hard work in the same way. You know?
Then maybe we're all, like, we're talking about, like, living in alignment with ourselves. Yeah. And whatever we were, I don't know, created to be. I don't like using that word. But, like, there is something about each of us in our souls and who we are. And it's like, there's something about Steve where, man, when he plays drums or is doing music, he is just, like, lit up and freaking loving it. And, man, I mean, I think about this all the time. It's like, dude, if everybody on Earth got to, like, live in alignment with themselves to the degree that I get to, there'd be no crime. I've never had any desire to go commit a crime, but that's because I'm, like, even if I'm having a hard day or, like, stressed out, you know, I've been getting divorced. That's really stressful. Yeah. But I'm not going to go commit a crime because I'm, like, generally living in alignment with whatever, you know, like, I don't know.
Living out of alignment creates, a void of sorts that you have to fill with something. Yeah. And I think that's a really universal human experience. Yeah. To sense a void. Yeah. To feel the sensation of a void and to feel the instinct to fill it with something. Yep. And, you know, looking around society, a lot of what exists are products that are designed to fill a void.
Yep.
Like your body doesn't actually want soda. That doesn't solve any real problem in your body.
Right.
Like what your body wants is water, but soda gives you a nice. It's fun. It's still it's delicious. You're right. Okay, so
yeah.
But then then you've got I'm compulsively drinking it all day long.
Yeah.
Oh, why is that? That's just because it's tasty? Like, or is that becoming a thing that you're using to fill a void that's in there, right? So I hear you use the word crime, but I would also think of lack of exercise or
just straight up hurting someone.
Yeah,
whether intentionally or unintentionally.
Greed, lust, or whatever we want to talk about as like. We call them vices or whatever, but it's like there's a role that the vice is playing, which is that it's filling a void that's there.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember reading an article in psychology class about the nature of addiction, being like just trying to satiate this thing that I feel inside that is essentially a pain or a lack, and there's really no way to solve the addiction or curb the addiction while that pain continues to exist.
Right.
But to then address that pain and meet it, and the addiction can, in many instances, just evaporate after that. This is not necessary anymore.
Yeah, but so then is music for you also an addiction, but like a good addiction?
Like the body needs sleep. The body's not addicted to sleep. Like sleep is...
Yeah, it's a need.
Right. And so I'm not saying that human beings don't have needs. Obviously, in various religious traditions, you have the concept of the ascetic who intentionally denies themselves the things that their body needs so that they can rise above whatever exchange is going on between thirst and water.
Yep.
I think there's maybe some value to that for certain individuals or as a practice or as a trial, as an experience to test, But like when I drink water, I feel my body say like, thank you. When I eat Doritos, I feel my like taste buds go like, oh, that's exciting. And then my body is kind of like, hey man, why did you give us that?
Yeah.
Like I can feel it.
Yep.
Now, obviously that requires like some attention that one would give to one's body to notice the feeling.
Yeah.
And, when I was younger and I would eat a bag of Doritos and a bag of fruit snacks, like a bag of Sour Patch Kids, not fruit snacks. Like every day between second period and third period at my high school, we had like 20 minutes of passing time instead of 5 minutes.
Okay.
I would go to school, go to first period, make my way to second period. After second period, all of us would go to the school store down by the cafeteria, and it was open to buy whatever you wanted, candy, donuts, like soda.
Yeah.
And I would every day in high school, I had a bag of Doritos and a bag of Sour Patch Kids and a Mountain Dew at basically 10 a.m. And like, my 16-year-old body is so resilient. And I'm also not interested in paying attention to it.
Yeah.
Like I've learned how to ignore it. Yeah. So that I can just make my way to the next moment.
Yeah.
And I mean, these are habits that as I've gotten older, like, oh man, I can listen to my body and I can feel it saying, no more chips. Like, can we have some protein?
Yep.
And like, no more looking at this screen. Can we look at the sunshine?
Yep.
Or,
Yeah.
No more like sitting on the couch.
Yeah.
Can we move around and get the blood flow? Listening to the body.
Yeah. When
I listen to the body, I feel I can hear it telling me that water is good, that sleep is good, that rest is good, that movement is good, that breathing is good. And then I play music. It's like, this is good.
Yeah.
This is very good.
Yep.
So yeah, I think the distinction between an addiction and just maybe like what would be the opposite end of that, an intentional action that for the sake of health.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
And then that phrase, everything in moderation. Like, all right, so I'm going to go to the gym for 8 hours a day every day. because I'm going to be healthy. You know, there's like I see some of that. Like I mentioned the movie Whiplash. You know, maybe what I'm getting at is that the concept of balance is now the most interesting thing to me.
Yeah.
Like,
I like that.
How much time do I spend building the snow fort in the backyard? How much time do I spend practicing the drums? How much time do I spend watching a movie with my partner? You know, all of these things function positively until they are out of balance.
Yep.
And maybe the nature of addiction itself is just like a habitual imbalance.
Yeah. Totally. And yeah, I mean, just living in, finding balance, because I don't know, and kind of tying into music and music career stuff, like, you're just like, if I can just get here, then I'll be happy. If I can just accomplish this thing. And you're at a point where you've probably done most of those things.
I mean, there are still things that I very much would like to do. Professional goals.
Yeah.
Professional experiences that I have yet to experience. And, you know, something that me and my other freelance music friends talk about a lot is like, you can't actually go make that experience happen for yourself. You have to wait for someone to invite you.
Yeah.
And very, very much, that's very much true for the drums.
Yeah.
Because unlike the record I made last year, the solo improvisation record, or what I'm doing for you today is being videotaped, the lion's share of what I do is play behind somebody's song, which requires a songwriter. Yep. And I'm not a songwriter. So just at the basement level, I also need a songwriter. And I need them to trust me to play drums on their song.
Are you a songwriter, though? This goes back to...
Well...
okay, actually, really quick, I just want to double check that. Make sure these are still good. That's still good. That's still good.
I love that you asked that, because what I'm not saying is that I'm bad at songwriting. What I'm saying is that I've noticed when I do the act of songwriting, nothing comes alive in me.
Cool. All right, we're good. We're good. You pass.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm breathing deep.
Okay, yep.
I feel like I'm using my non-dominant hand instead of my dominant hand. Yeah. You know, it's like brushing my teeth with the left, and it's like, you know, it's just like so foreign. And I remember feeling that way about basketball. Like, it's not that I don't think this is fun. It's not that I don't understand why other people would think it's fun. It's that when I do it, nothing in my body wakes up. Yeah. Nothing engages by instinct. Yep. I'm just kind of like forcing it. Yeah. It requires a lot of concentration. You know, which is otherwise maybe said as just like forced attention. Yeah. And then the music thing so naturally grabs my attention. Yeah. And then the songwriting part comes in, and I'm just kind of like, I don't care. Yep. Yeah. I don't. Maybe, and then, you know, that's maybe part of it. Like, I don't care. Yeah. And maybe I would be good at it, but I can't even bring myself to do it, even if I was good at it, if I don't care. Right.
Yep. And so then you are bound to the people calling you and what opportunities they have. Yeah,
which creates a beautiful collaboration, because they maybe don't care about playing the drums, but they would like their song to have drums on it. Or, you know, I need songwriters, I need singers, and this goes back to your question about professional goals. Yeah, there are instances that I hope to be invited into still. Yeah. That I have not been invited into yet. Yeah. But it's been a while since I was evaluating myself as successful based on looking at the list of situations that I've been invited into.
Okay. You've played big gigs. You've played like big tours. You've played, you know, I feel like for a lot of people, those are the things that are like, those are the bucket list items. But I feel like now that you've done that kind of stuff, and you say you still have things that you want to do, like, what are those? Or what are some examples of those? And what are like things about those that are just so captivating to you?
Oh, sure. Well, something that I feel strongly about after having done a bunch of tours is that touring is not cool if the people you're with aren't people you get along with. Yeah. Like, it doesn't really matter how many tickets were sold to a gig if the people that you're on stage with are a bummer to be around.
Yeah.
Because you're only on the stage in front of all those ticket holders for 90 minutes or 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the rest of every day you're with those folks.
Yeah.
I have been very fortunate to tour with people who are great, which I'm really, really thankful for. And the only reason I know that touring sucks otherwise is a handful of folks that I've toured with and I'm like, oh, it's kind of tough to be around this person. And then all of my other friends who seem to have only ever toured with people that are really a bummer to be around. Mm-hmm. And they assure me, this sucks, you know?
Yeah.
And so something that I've, not done that I would like to do is maybe a headline arena tour. Mm-hmm. I've played in arenas, but only in the opening band.
Yep.
And I've played headline tours, but only at like theaters, mm-hmm. Or like amphitheaters, but like the arena headline tour.
Yeah.
And the logistics that come along with that, and the kind of like the size of the team that you're working with, like all of that feels exciting and somewhat interesting to me.
Yep.
I think if I were to do an arena tour, it's very possible that I would get done with that and be like, glad I had that chance. Mm-hmm. Hope I don't do that again. Mm-hmm. Or like I'm not saying that I can see arena touring as like the apex of touring itself. Mm-hmm. Like I think I've already actually done the best kinds of tours, which are like small theaters and whatnot. Yeah. But again, that arena size thing, I think with my career being what it is and the people that I know, I don't think it would be very difficult to go find an arena tour that would hire me. Mm-hmm. What I'm more interested in now is an arena tour full of people that I like to be around. Yeah. And so that's like, I'm not going to sacrifice that. Mm-hmm. Like if I were to, my partner and I always talk about how like everything is just a trade-off.
Yep.
We could move to Nashville, where I have a lot of connections, where there are a lot of those kinds of tours happening.
Yep.
And I could just like bang down all of those doors.
Yep. Until
one of them is like, yes, fine, come do our arena tour.
Yep.
And I don't think that experience would be very positive.
Right.
Even though it is technically the thing that I just described I want.
Yeah.
Because what I'm saying is that like, it's not just an arena tour. I would like to do an arena tour with an artist and a band and a crew who are full of life-giving relationships.
Yeah.
Which I have experienced numerous times. I know that's possible. It seems to be quite rare. And I have never been invited to the arena level of that, which would be great.
Yeah.
Another thing that I think is still like elusive to me is playing music that really feels like me. On any kind of tour. Mm-hmm. Like I've done some really great touring with really great people. Most of the time it's playing music that's like a little bit left of my center.
Yeah.
And it's hard to know what your center is until you do a lot of things. So it's like, oh man, this tour feels like it's going to be musically really satisfying, and then I get out there and do it, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm not totally into this. Mm-hmm. Doesn't mean it's a problem. Doesn't mean I'm not enjoying myself.
Yeah.
But, like, what is my sound?
Yep.
And who wants to hire me to do that? Mm-hmm. Like that's still part of the hunt.
What is your sound?
I don't know. I mean, I'm uncovering it.
Oh, well.
I can tell you what other people have appreciated the most. Mm. Like, I don't usually get applause from artists and fellow band members and audiences for playing lots of notes really fast.
Yeah.
So I maybe like almost like the practice of Zen, it's easier to define it by saying what it's not. Mm. It's like my sound is not chops. Mm. I think my sound is also not quiet. Mm. Although I do play quiet sometimes and enjoy it.
Yep.
The thing that people usually want from me is this like sturdy pocket that helps them tell their musical story in a way that feels really true to them. Mm. And I wonder what kind of musical story my sound would tell where it would feel like really true to me.
Yeah.
And that's, perhaps that never comes in the way that I'm imagining that it will. Mm. But that hasn't stopped me. I guess I want to like intervene with what I'm saying and interject that. Well, I do feel like me all the time when I'm on these tours. Like playing Cody Fry's music or Matt Carney's music or the Scary Pockets music or Wilder Woods. Like, those are the things I've been doing for the past few years.
Yep.
When I was in Owl City or Sarah Bareilles, or, like, each of these individuals have really different music.
Yep.
And I have felt equally at home in all of those spaces. In
I
ways.
mean, as you were describing it, like, you weren't describing a genre. You were describing, like, an idea or a concept.
Yeah,
that
an
can
approach.
Totally branch out into all of it, which that's sweet.
Yes. And there were aspects of each of those gigs that felt very conducive to my strengths. But I'm still waiting for... I'm still wondering if out there is an opportunity as a player that just feels like fully... Like, this isn't just highlighting one of my strengths. This makes me feel all the way deep breaths.
Yeah.
And you know...
Yeah. I mean, I can relate with that, like, as a producer, you know, because people come in and it's like, yep, I'll bring my thing to it. But I can't always, like, go all the way into it. But then, like, also as an artist, like, that's where I can do that. And so, like, me having my own music that's just like, this is literally going to be whatever I want it to be. Like, 100% pure Ben. Like, and so I found that to be really helpful because then I know that exists somewhere. So then when I'm working on someone else's music, I'm like, okay, I can hold back, you know? But, like... I mean, yeah, I've noticed in seasons where I'm not making my own music, I just get, like, bottled up, and, like, and I'm like, I just want to do the freaking weird, like, prophet sound, you know, like, so
I felt that too. Like, there, you know, one of the things that I do a lot is I play this little perk rig where I'm sitting on a cajon and turning my foot so that I can play the kick pedal facing that cajon. And I use that like a kick drum.
Yep.
Some shakers, like a little, almost like toy drum over here. And the reason I play this way is that it doesn't look like a drum set, but it sounds like a drum set. And yet it only sounds like a drum set if the microphones are turned up really loud by the sound guy, because the actual sound level of these tools is really quiet.
Yep.
Having something with very low stage volume that still can feel like a drum set through the PA is a pretty huge asset for these kinds of music scenarios.
Yeah.
And so I get a lot of work on this silly little perk rig that I came up with a decade ago. And I enjoy those shows, but this thing isn't the same as this thing. Like the drum set and the perk rig. The perk rig is just a little bit of a shadow of the drum set.
Yeah.
Enough of a shadow that I can get hired to do it.
Yeah.
And enough of a shadow that I can enjoy myself. But if I do that for long enough, like just that, like a tour that is that, by the end of it, I'm like, man, I want to play my instrument.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep.
Which is, again, I think at the end of the day, a balance issue.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Well, sweet man. I mean, I'm gonna cut us off.
Let's cut us off.
It's yeah. I mean, we could go. We could just keep going.
Yeah.
But
I gotta go make a sign for my kick drum because we're doing a drum protest downtown today.
Oh, sick.
I'm gonna be right over here off of 3rd and 5th.
Okay.
From 3:30 to 6 p.m.
Sick.
Playing on the corner.
Okay.
But with one other drummer. But then that's happening at like 20 intersections, all surrounding the Target Center tonight.
Okay, and then for anybody listening, we are it's February, early February,
February 2nd.
2022, Minneapolis, in the middle of the ice craziness.
That's the protest.
And that's the protest.
Yeah. So I'm going to make a sign for my kick
that's
drum.
cool. That's really
speaks
cool.
to that.
I feel like we could talk a lot about that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Dude, this is super fun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for playing. Thanks for chatting.
My pleasure, dude. Thanks for having me.
Best of luck with everything.
Thanks. You too.
Get that arena tour gig.
Yeah, we'll see.
With the fun people.
We'll see.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks, Steve.
You bet, dude.